record that.
So you just stick a pint of lager in front of the screen.
Yeah, that's right. I'm on holiday.
Yeah.
Right, Harry, you're unmuted, aren't you? And you, Colin.
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Lovely. Okay. Okie dokie, here we go then. That's the first one.
You gonna start or?
And then you can do number one, and I'll do two. So this is number one, bath time.
Yeah, well, it's a good idea, but it's not really sharp enough, is it? It looks as though it could have done with a faster shutter speed. You can't really see the bedraggled bird, can you? And the one behind, is it just one, or is there two there behind?
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's another one outside on the grass.
Yeah, and that's confusing it a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could have done with a bit more. The bird in the front being a bit sharper, couldn't we? Or
yeah.
not quite so drained as it looks.
Yeah, I mean it's a good idea. It's just like you say. I think the water splashing up looks nicely frozen, but the bird shaking its head and wings is just. I think.
If you look at the blade grass, the point of focus appears to be behind the bulb.
Yeah.
And that's why some of the droplets of water are very sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, and the bird's not, was it?
No, I can see. Yeah, you're right there, Colin. When you look, so good idea, but just let down a little bit.
Need a bit more practice. Whose is it?
That was Terry's.
Terry's. Oh, right.
And number two is bibliotech, which I quite like that. I like the symmetrical part of it. Really, that's quite well seen, and it looks nice. And there's some nice reflections on the glass, and I think the overall shape of the building leans itself towards some nice architecture photography. So I quite like that.
For me, the clouds waving the mace rain on the area, because obviously you can't see that, can you?
No. Shall I do it for you around there?
Yeah, no, on the building here. On the window, and here it's a bit too bright, isn't it?
Yeah, on the left side is a little bit burnt out on that. Yeah. Obviously, this window.
That's very nice.
That's in shadow.
Yeah.
I think this one, the left side, just needed toning down a bit, didn't it?
Yeah. And also this triangular shaped piece in the front.
Yeah, here, the right hand piece.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just what would you do there?
Well, could have been a bit under
burn it in a bit.
Making it. Yeah. But I like it. I like the shape of the building, and
yeah. Any comments, Colin?
Well, yeah, because it's a static subject, this is the ideal situation where just from an insurance point of view, you might want to take 3 different exposures
Yeah.
to an HDR, give it an HDR capability.
Yes. Yeah. And then that would have got rid of these burning out bits, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Number 3 is bird bath. All the birds are having a wash this month.
Whose is this one?
This is Keith.
Oh, was that right? Yeah, so it's a step up from the other one, isn't it? Yeah, that you can. The head looks as though it's fine, isn't it? And the feathers down the chest, you know, the wings moving. That's fine, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The splash there. Yeah. That.
Yeah. This has got what the first one was missing out on, wasn't it? The head, the actual body, and the head of the bird, which
Yeah.
you would expect are nice and sharp.
Yeah.
And the wings, which are obviously moving about, and the water is showing the action.
Yeah.
And showing the movement, which is it's really well seen and well taken.
Yes, I think if this is a nature photograph, fine. But for a competition, I would have been tempted just to lighten up the head a little bit, especially around the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's nicely caught, but it's just lost a bit, isn't it, in the darkness of the head.
Bit of dodge and burn.
Yeah. Okay, number 4 is contrast, luminosity, and texture. Now, I think what the photographer's tried to do here is give it a title which lets you know what he was trying to do. but I know Gary's been trying to get this photo of this roof for quite some time, because I've been over there with him when he's been trying to do it, and we haven't been able to get in the right position. But I think it's lovely. I know he's doing a lot of work on monochrome, and I think it's as the title says, there's a lot of contrast there, and the textures, and you can appreciate the different shapes of the roof. And I think he's taken it and it's captured it well. I think it's got a nice bit of sky as well. So it's I quite like it. Got any thoughts, Colin?
Yes, I really like everything above the kind of arched edge at the bottom.
Here.
Then you've got quite a large proportion of the image, which is a very dull grey. And I don't know whether some lifting of that would have helped. Some blacker blacks and some lighter greys.
Yeah, in the bottom bit, the slats.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the concrete above it.
Yes. Yeah, just brighten it up a little.
Yeah, because it looks dull compared with the rest of the image.
Yes. Is that a different material, Gary, to the roof?
Oh, it's metallic. It's aluminium, isn't it?
All of it is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That piece in the front is not concrete. That's aluminium.
Oh, right.
Whereabouts is it, Gary?
It's the new sewage works at Woolston.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's good.
For those that were down at the Ocean Village, we looked across at it, didn't we? I can't remember
Yeah.
who was with us at the time, but that's we looked across at it.
Yeah. But you found a way to get over onto Woolston. You found a way to get close to it to get that photo. You took that from in Woolston, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. Number 5 is Dragonfly Close Up, or Dragonfly Close Up.
Yeah.
I should say. Go on, Gary.
Yeah, this is good effort, isn't it? That we've got the wings. On the right hand side is quite sharp. You can see that, can't you? And it's, I don't know if it was moving or I'm not. But I think it could have done with little bit more contrast and the body, but it's very nice.
Yeah.
Certainly, pretty sharp, isn't it? You can see all the hairs on the legs and
on the head.
On the yeah. Bit like you, Peter. He's only got a few up there.
Yeah. They're all very precious.
How was it captured? Was it captured in flight or?
I don't know. It's Dennis Bax, and I don't think he's got a microphone to be able to tell us.
It's the winner as well.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it came first.
Keith here.
Hello, Keith.
Although Dennis doesn't have a microphone, I did ask him how he took this picture, and he has emailed me about it.
Oh, right.
So, as Terry says, it looks dead to him, and it is dead.
Right, okay.
It got trapped in his conservatory and couldn't find its way out, and so he found it dead.
Right.
He tried to photograph it, he tells me, on a daisy or a flower, but the wind kept blowing it off. I think he's pinned it to a cork or something like that, and then removed the cork.
Right.
I might have that exactly.
Got his
right.
finger holding it.
And he took it with his Fuji bridge camera, which has a super macro function.
Right.
Right.
Oh, good. Thanks for that, Keith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring us up to date.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying, Keith, is that Dennis told you in confidence that he wasn't capable of taking one that was alive, so he killed it.
Well, I don't think any of us, I wouldn't be capable of taking one alive. I think he's done really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's nice. It's a good picture.
Yeah.
Well done, Dennis. Number 6 is Dredger. So this is one of the photos that when we had the night out down at Ocean Village.
See the background?
Eh?
What's
Yeah,
it?
in the background, Roy, at the left, here, you can just see a bit of the roof of the sewage works in Woolston. So it gives you an idea of where it is in relation to Ocean Village. It's across from Ocean Village, but this has got a nice light on it, and obviously the dredger itself has got some nice reds and ambers there, and I think it's it was just casually going down the water. So I think the only issue with it was it's a bit awkward to get a decent angle on it from where it was and the way it went by. But well seen and well taken. Any thoughts, Gary?
No, got nice reflections in the water.
Yeah, got a nice light on it, isn't there?
It's nice light, yeah, which makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
80%, if you get the light right, you're at most of the way there for a photograph.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and this was part of the same evening, which is obviously the new, all the new builds over in Woolston, and you've got the new building going up where that crane is, that's going to go up in front, and I believe that's going to be 20 odd stories high. So I think that's going to make quite a nice nice evening or night photo when that's all finished with the lights.
And the sewage works is just to the right, isn't it?
Yeah.
For that image.
Yeah. So this again has got the golden hour light on it, which makes a difference. It just gives a lovely reflection and lovely colouring on the fronts of the buildings. Any thoughts, Gary? You got any thoughts on anything?
Much the same. So,
I think it'll be nice once it's finished.
yeah. Once they get that crane out of the way, and,
yeah. All the people living just to the left of the crane in that that nice block of flats there. I'm sure they're all very happy that they've just lost
And I said,
their waterside view.
And the light.
Yeah, and the light. But no, I think it was a nice colour on that picture as well. Right, this is one of mine. So if you wanted to do this, Colin, if you don't mind.
You have this beautiful effect of the light because of the translucency of the wing. That really does lift the whole thing. And it's good to see the reflection in the water is not a pure reflection, that there is enough of the reflection caught in the ripples to mimic the bird itself. Now, I think it's very good. I'm not sure about the exposure on the back because I'm just looking at it on the tablet.
Oh, right.
So that may be fine. Decent screen.
yeah,
But, I like the picture.
the back of the bird does look a little bit overexposed, doesn't it?
Yeah, on the top here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Colin said the wings and that are lovely, and yeah, very nice. You'll get there, a bit more practice.
I'll keep practicing. I've got loads of an eagle and I've got one or two of an owl now.
Oh, yeah,
So you've been warned.
yeah. I deleted 360 of mine today.
Did you?
I've doubled that.
I only had a couple that needed deleting. The rest I've kept.
Ah, right.
I doubled that, Gary.
Yeah,
Number 9 is feeding the fledgling.
this is very nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like the ironwork that comes in and the way the birds are positioned on it. And the exchange of food is very nice. Yeah, I think maybe I would have cropped a bit more off the right, but apart from that, it's very nice.
Yeah. Well seen, taken, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not easy to get a photo like that. And to
Maybe
get it.
a little lightening up of the eye on the parent bird wouldn't have gone amiss, but it's you know, I don't think there's very much we can criticise, to be quite honest.
No.
Hmm.
No, I think it's a good, nicely seen and taken, and it's very difficult to get a sort of picture where birds are interacting like that.
Yeah, yeah, and that makes a difference rather than just one bird sat on there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're actually doing something. So,
Yeah.
Who's
Any thoughts, Colin?
Yeah, I just love the simplicity of the composition.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice the way that rod,
Yeah.
the bar comes out, isn't it?
each in nicely? Yeah.
Who was this?
This was Trudy's.
Okay.
I don't know if she'd taken a leaf out of Dennis's book and had killed them both, and then mounted them, or whether they were still alive.
I think the peanut's dead.
Yeah. I think she probably got Roger involved, and he's probably shot them, the poor little things, and then stuffed them, and just she had all day to take it.
Nice one, Trudy.
Yeah, really good.
Great shot, Julie. I noticed there's quite a high ISO on it as well. I was looking at the stats. I guess maybe it was quite dark when you took it, Trudy. Cool.
Oh, hang on.
She's not listening.
No, she is, but she needs
A
to
moment of
unmute.
glory, Trudy.
Trudy, you need to unmute yourself.
In that corner. My back garden is very dark because it goes up a steep slope and it's completely surrounded with trees. So even in broad daylight, it's very dark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, did you take it in your garden?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Brilliant.
Nice one.
Number 10 is Jane Austen Country. Gary, did you want to lead off?
Well, yeah, I thought you were doing the even ones, but that's...
Oh, sorry. I'll do it then. Well, I like it. It's a nice monochrome. Maybe just looking at it, it's just need some of the trees around
Yeah.
here. I just think need.
It's an infrared image.
Sorry.
Is it infrared image?
Well, it's Keith's. I don't know.
Yes, it's infrared.
It is infrared.
So the trees are meant to be white and the grass is meant to be white.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Oh, but it's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It reminds me of a lot of photographs in competitions in the 70s, where
Right.
infrared film became available to the amateurs, and suddenly everyone was trying to do infrared. It's certainly
Yeah. I think I was still at infants, Colin.
what can I say?
The only one criticism I'd have of it is it's not straight. Or is it me? I think it just.
Not straight.
Eh?
But I like the line of the fence leading down to the.
To the corner, but I think if it was just straightened up, that would immediately put that fence into the very bottom right corner. It's just leaning over, isn't it?
Yeah, and the church.
Yeah, I
tower.
think it's leaning to the left of the way. Yeah.
It is just
Drunk.
slightly, isn't it? Yeah. But other than that, no, it's a bit something a bit different, and it's I think it's a good job done.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the lead, as I say, I like the fence leading in.
Yeah, it leads you into the picture.
Yeah, down to the church, the opening, and yeah, it's very nice.
Good. Right. Next one is King's Entrance.
Well, that's obviously a compilation. King's Entrance.
It's got to be Winchester, is it?
Yeah, I didn't know what to make of this one when I saw it, and I still don't. You know, the bird's very nice. The sun.
I think his rays. I think he's tried something a bit different, and it's nearly there. It just needs a. I mean, something's been done to the road as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was done on the evening we went to Winchester.
Right.
And it's a bit of an experiment. This just really me having a go at some composite, adding in some features, and I added in a bit of sea, of course, down the bottom there, and took out the double yellow lines and the visitor notice. But it's an amazing gate. But yeah, I was just for me, it's kind of just trying some new things out. See what I can do.
Yeah. Good.
I'm not keen on the building on the right, and with the chimney.
This here.
Yeah. That's what if you'd have just kept it to the gate, I think that would have been a little bit better. But compliments for trying, and
yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
But as I said earlier, a little bit more practice.
Well, I was going to put a dinosaur in there. Yeah, good fun though.
It is. Yeah, that would.
Oh, go on.
No, I was going to say, well, it's full marks for trying, and don't give up. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
This one's
good fun doing it.
Yeah.
So don't give up the day job.
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
I would say another little pointer. See on the very left of the wall, you've got a little bit of sky dropping down to the other wall.
Yeah.
Where the little bit of vegetation is there, that needed to be cropped off, so that the line of the building went straight across.
It went a bit hazy at that top bit. I couldn't quite figure out how to sort that apart from chop it out.
Yeah.
A bit of skill.
bit of sky that drops down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it. I mean, my thinking was that it'd be like someone coming in, the king coming in, you know, perhaps in a boat,
Yeah.
you know, and then jumping aboard into the road section.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of an imaginary one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to get the feedback on it.
Yeah, it's a good effort. Good thoughts. This one is Lily of the Nile. And this is a nice close-up of the flower. I think we had something similar last month, but I think there's some nice colour on it again, and nicely blurred background. I think the only thing that put me off slightly, which is, I mean, it's a nature photo anyway, but it was just the sort of the webs in amongst the flower. I think it might have been nicer if it could have just been a nice clean image. But yeah, there's some nice colours on it. It's well taken. It's well lit, and it's a nice picture.
Oh.
I don't know if anything else could have been done to it, really.
No, it just needs dusting.
Yeah, just to get rid of
time on photography, Keith. Get the dust right.
Yeah, a paintbrush or something would have been able to clean that off. But is that an aphid on the left-hand side that we can see?
Here.
Just there, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's focus stacked because there's multiple images of that thing. I think it's a focus stack. Whoever's...
It is, yes.
It is it?
Yeah. Okay.
So that you got it nice and sharp throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah, tricky because when the wind blows, it's you know, you get ghosts.
Yes.
How the software is. So I had to do some retouching and try and take the picture several times, hoping that the wind would be, you know, would just settle down.
Yeah.
So it's a fiddly thing to do outside, really.
Yeah.
Maybe you should chop it off, and if you can get away with that, cut that off and take it inside.
Take it into your conservatory, yeah.
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 Yeah, I took some.
My wife wouldn't allow that.
Oh right.
No way.
You need to grow 2 or 3 of your own in some pots.
Yeah.
And then you can bring them inside, because I've done some photos of some dahlias and had the same problem, Keith. Outside, although it seemed a very calm day, once you got down to taking the photos, you just noticed how little wind makes such a big difference. So I ended up bringing them inside and taking some photos of them. I haven't done anything with them yet, but I just think that it might be a thought for the future, as if you're into that sort of, you want to take a bit of plant photography, is to grow some specifically for that. Then you can do with them what you want without annoying the other half.
Just buy 1 or 2 blooms.
Yeah, yeah. Is Old Canal Barge.
Number 15.
13.
15.
13.
No, number 15.
Oh, yeah, okay. God. I was looking at the list, not at the screen.
Yeah.
Don't confuse me.
Yeah, another one is sort of, I like the rudder and the rope, and the 15. I think I would have been inclined to crop a bit off the top and concentrate on the rudder and the 15, and do away with the bit across the top, the red.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's something I find difficult. You see something like that,
yeah,
and think there's a photo there, but it's very difficult to convert your thoughts into the finished article.
Yeah.
And I don't know what anybody else's thoughts on how they get around that. I suppose it's got.
Is it a picture of a picture? Because it doesn't look that sharp. And if you look at the rudder, there's a line that runs down the rudder and then on into the water.
Yeah.
That's the light coming through the rudder, isn't it? Through that plank, you can see there's a.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I think that's.
Oh, I see what you mean, Gary. Yeah, it's the light. I don't know. Difficult to tell.
Yeah, and that, you know, the base of it is a bit too messy, isn't it? With the red, whatever the red is in the water, and it looks like a matchbox there floating in the water.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that sort of spoils it a little bit.
Yeah, all the bit at the bottom needs.
Yeah.
No, I think it was a good idea, but I think it just needs a little bit more, maybe doing again.
And the barge is probably quite old with all those rivets on it, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they just had the centre section in the letterbox.
Yeah. What with the number in?
Halfway through the rudder going up, just a little bit below the top of the rudder coming down.
Yeah.
Just in the centre section.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some thought there that perhaps Dennis could have a little think about some of the comments and maybe come back with something later on.
I really like the contrast in the colours. I love the brightness on, you know, and the sea, the water. But I'd like to see a bit more of the barge. I'm interested in the rest of it.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, and we're inclined to go the other way. Right. You know.
Have less of it.
Have less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
14 is Peeping Tom. Well, I must admit that confused me a bit to start with, because I thought, well, what's she looking at then? And I was looking in her glasses, and I thought, well, there's a crowd of people there. But then I noticed it was on her top, and I think it's a good candid photo that's been caught there. And I think it's well exposed, and there's lovely detail in the hair and in the jacket. And it's something a little bit different. And I quite thought it was quite well thought out. Might have paid to put the, I don't know, the reflection on the glasses. Maybe could have superimposed something on them that wasn't the crowd, just to give it a bit of something to do with a cat, perhaps. I don't know. Anybody got any thoughts, Colin? Gary?
Well, I was thinking in terms of this looks almost like a professional shot to illustrate something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very nice as well. You know, the title goes with it. It's a nice image.
Yeah.
So whose is this one?
That's Roy.
Yeah, nice one, Roy.
Yeah, it was taken on a one of those Thames water boats, you know, water taxis, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was across the other side of the boat. Luckily, you can't see me in her glasses.
Yeah.
She was foreign, but I took that one, then I tried to take another one, and then she was staring straight at me, and she'd obviously seen me by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just before the police come along, was it, Roy?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a very nice candid photograph.
Yeah. Number 15, Pigeon Eye of something or other. Sauron. Is it Sauron?
Sauron.
Sauron. Thank you.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah. Beyond me, mate. Is that something to do with education? Lord of the Rings. Who was that? That was
Tolkien.
That was Cassius Clay, wasn't it? Or Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
This is got a lovely lot of detail in it. It's nice and sharp, and it's a lovely, obviously, the red of the eye makes it stand out.
Yeah.
But it's just a nice photo, isn't it? And it's something a bit different. It's gone in nice and tight. I think there's lots of detail in the feathers, in the plumage.
You know, their eyes are not really like that.
Are they not?
No.
No. they're round.
Eh?
But you should look at Lord of the Rings, the film Eye of Sauron, because when I took it, the eye was just such striking fiery orange. I thought that reminds me of the Eye of Sauron in Lord of the Rings, so I liquefied it and squeezed the sides in, so it actually looks like an Eye of Sauron, which was a bit of a joke, really, but I'm glad people like it.
Yeah. No, I think it looks it's a good photo, and it's well taken.
Yep. I like it's quite sort of dynamic coming up from the bottom corner. And you know, as you say, there's lots of detail in there. The only thing for me was the top of the beak needed to a bit of dodging and burning in there, bring it down the same sort of colour as the eye, I think. The outer part of the eye.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just tone it down a bit.
Yeah, because you've got the colour at the bottom there, and there's colour there, or there should be, and it just needed to be toned down a little bit.
Yeah, very good.
Hobbit next week, Terry. Have you got any pictures of hobbits?
No. It was just in the back garden.
Okay. Number 16 is, well, I mean, this must have taken them some time to think of the title for this. Is Puffin. Now this is one of Gary. I love puffins, and I think that's a really good picture of a puffin flying, which are not the easiest to catch. But I can't quite make my mind up why we've got all that blue sky. Now,
especially for someone that crops like Gary.
Well, I was just coming to that. The only thing I can think of is that he's forgot where the crop button is.
No chance.
Well, tell us your thinking behind it being just sat down in the corner like that. What was it?
Basically playing with negative space, and that's you know, we've got the out of focus foliage along the bottom.
Right.
You know, I just wanted to sort of suggest that there's possibilities in having lots of negative space.
Right.
Keep trying.
So it's not going that well.
Well, yeah, it's a bit difficult coming from Mr. Crop.
Well, you know, there's basically what I'm saying is there's more than one way to go, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, I do quite like to see photographs cropped sometimes, but that was all about negative space. So.
Right. Okay.
There was a trend with negative space to put the puffin on the right hand side, going out of the picture, and leaving a great big void behind it.
Right.
So that was one of the ways. They used to do that with people walking out of the scene and leaving quite a bit behind.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Colin?
No, I just enjoyed the photograph.
Yeah, it's a nice picture of the puffin.
It's well balanced.
Yeah.
Quite nice light on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So number 17 is Purple Rain. So this is another photo from when we were down at Ocean Village, I think.
It certainly looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think obviously it's just one of Ray's. I think he's had a little play around with the sky because I don't think it was ever that colour.
Yeah.
But
so that's, see, what it needed is, it's gone over onto the building as well, hasn't it? The sky is
yeah,
colour.
here.
So, you know, it needed to just do it on the sky rather than the building as well.
Yeah, what did you do, Ray? You sort of.
I was just messing about with the gradient tool.
Oh right, okay.
Like that, you know, it's sort of a bit of a yellowy effect at the bottom and then the purple. But yeah, you're right. I just kind of whizzed it right across the top, I think.
Yes.
Did it quite quick. But yeah, better to just have the sky.
Yeah,
I like,
just make it.
we had some good shots that night, didn't we?
Right?
Pardon?
Do you know that if you use the gradient tool in Photoshop, you can brush it back out where you don't want it?
Okay.
I'm not sure that I can.
I might need to do some masking on it, Gary Gay.
Yeah,
mask it better.
Don't really need to mask it. You have a brush, and you can just paint it back out.
Okay.
And you've got plus and minus. You know, if you go onto the minus brush, just paint it back out.
Fab. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Chat with Keith about it as well. He's probably a bit more savvy on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you do in Affinity?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It can be done just as easily. In
yes,
Affinity.
I was going to say, if you can do it in Photoshop, I can't believe you won't be able to do it in Affinity.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll have a play.
Yeah.
Right, the experimenting's fine, but that vertical on the right-hand side spoils it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Not being straight again.
Yeah, I was a bit unsure because I've got one building that I thought was straight, the one on the left straight, but that one's wonky. I don't know if they've got subsidence down there.
If you've got a building that's close to the edge, you need it straight. Otherwise, it does show it's off centre and falling over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So use the right as the edge to straighten it rather
Well,
than.
you can do both. You can skew the photograph at the top and pull the left hand side over to the left and the right hand side over to the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It may distort it a little bit, but if you've got the outside straight, then that's a lot better.
Yeah, not so distracting. All right, I'll have a play. Cheers, Gary.
I think Keith's got a video on perspective for Affinity, which will show you how to do that very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than one actually. But yeah, I'll send you something, Ray.
Cheers, Gabe. Like it.
Right, number 18 is Red Van.
I thought this was Malcolm coming up from the grave.
No, that's a red boat.
Yeah, right. Crop tool. I think I don't mind the red van. I like the traffic lights on the road. I like the person standing there. But then you come to the no entry sign, the traffic lights here, the roof sticking out, and I think that all gets a bit messy. I think if you'd have cropped down by the no entry sign, that would have like a portrait image. I think that would have been much nicer.
Right.
But I don't think there's anything much wrong with the image. But as I say, all that on the left for me is too much.
All of this.
Yeah, it's all, you've got bright areas and there's signs here, isn't there, and bits and pieces. And I think that bottom or from the middle on the left there is all too messy.
I think the building on the left, before you focus on the red van being there, have been treated as a total monochrome picture and improve the overall contrast of the building on the left to balance it out with the darkness of the building on the right.
Yeah.
Center. It just gets very dull as a monochrome image.
Yeah.
Then put the red van in afterwards.
Yeah. Parts of it that could be, you know, I like the building in the back and the, you know, as I say, I like this figure stood by the traffic lights. You know, that might maybe needed lightening up a little bit, but yeah.
Good idea. Well,
That's where we differ. I like it as it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It gives you a context of where he is. In actual fact, I think it's that building in the middle at the back that puts it off a little bit. I would have darkened that down a bit.
Made it the same colour as the two buildings either side of it.
Well, yeah, halfway between.
Yeah. Right, this is number 19, ring-tailed lemur. So this is nicely taken again. Right, this is one of Roy's, and it's nice and sharp. It's got good contrast. I think it's got lovely detail, and obviously, sat in the tree gives it a sense of perspective of as to where it is. And it's a nicely taken photo, I think. You've got the lemur sort of looking at you, and
Yeah,
very nice.
He's nicely framed, doesn't he, between the tree trunk and the branch, and the foliage around there.
Yeah, the tree on this side, the tree at the bottom, the branch, and then these leaves on the right sort of frame it, don't they?
Yeah.
Frame it around there nicely.
The distraction are the two horizontal green leaves at the bottom.
At the bottom,
Yeah, that one, these two here.
Yeah, they're quite easy to have taken those out.
Yeah. Yeah, we just cleaned it up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. It's well done, well seen, well taken. Right. This is one of Gary's. This is River Avon in Flood. This is another one of his monochromes, which he's working on quite a bit at the moment, and it's got a nice feel to it, and I think it's come across well in monochrome, especially when photos taken in the winter time. So there's not a lot of colour about on that day, so I think it lent itself to a monochrome, and it's got a great sky. Possibly the only thing, it just gets a bit, that's obviously the building is the main part of the scene, I guess, along with the flood. So I might have just been tempted to crop in a bit more on that, just to get that more as as making it more the main subject of the photo. So, I don't know, any thoughts, Colin?
Yeah, it's a little bit too far to the left. If it was where that tree is to the right of it, that would, so whether you could go wading across the river to get your camera in better position, Gary, I don't know. Use a bit of the foreground river.
Yeah, that's all flood water. And I think I shot it with a 400mm from from the bridge that goes over the river. I think that's where it's from.
Oh, right, yeah.
I might have the wrong image, but it's something like that.
Yeah, you could be right.
It's a nice
one. The EXIF says it's 32mm.
EXIF says what, sorry?
32mm. So
oh, right.
So it wasn't that one then. So I was closer. Okay. But there's a road to the left. And maybe that was one where we were scrabbling through the hedges to get the photo.
Yeah, I think it was.
So we certainly couldn't get over the other side there.
No. Nice though, nice in monochrome. Number 21, Sea Dreams. Sea Dreams? Now, I like the water and the sky on this, and I think it just gave you straight away a feeling of being on that beach with that quite choppy sea, and you got the ship in the background. I don't know whether it's moving, going away, or it's one of those that's parked down in Weymouth at the moment. But yeah, I like that. It was it's a nice picture and well balanced, and I think it's got a lot of detail in the sea, which gives you that feeling of the choppiness. Don't know what you thought, Gary.
Well, I was looking at all the negative space on the left.
Yeah, and I think that helps make the photo. I think.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You must go out and take some pictures of some negative space.
I think I might have taken the boat out, and lightened up the little boy a little bit. I think it's a boy, isn't it? But so I like the idea. I like the position of the boy with the under the leading line, the marker, and I particularly like all the negative space.
Hengistbury Head.
Right.
Very windy day.
Yeah.
And the cruise ships were kind of just keeping the engines rolling, you know.
Yeah.
They haven't been out much lately. But, I wonder whether I'd done it a little bit dark overall. But I like the kind of moodiness of the, you know, the way.
And if you look at the biggest ship there, the one sort of just to the right of the middle, there's a bit of smoke, steam coming out of the top of the ship, and then the clouds to the left of it look as if they've come out. It's as if they've been part of it, I think. Yeah.
It looks like that, but they're not, are they?
No, they're not. But I mean, I think that's what he meant. He caught it well there.
Yeah.
It's those there, isn't it?
I like the boy you see just looking out to sea, you know.
Yeah.
One day he might become a sailor, or
has he just had a pee?
Did you have to pay him?
Yeah, I had to edit that out.
Well, so what I would say, right? You know, if this is the area you want us to look at, it needed to be a bit brighter.
Yeah. Okay, guy. Overall.
Tracks the eye.
Yeah.
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 No, the boy he meant, Ray.
He meant to brighten up the boy, even though. Okay.
Well, if that was meant to be your main point of what, you know, the main object that you wanted people to look at.
Yeah, okay. I think for me, I don't know what I suppose for me, the sea was the most powerful bit, and then I lightened up the blue sky as well, just to give it that action. But very windy day. It was crazy down there.
I would have put a bit of a grad on the top of the sky to darken it down just a bit.
Yeah.
Just the top bit here.
The lights is the light part is taking your eyes straight.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. No, you can do this one, Gary.
Well, I don't know. Where is it? I've never seen it before.
It's where you nearly killed yourself.
But the clouds are nice, aren't they? And it's a nice sunset. And yeah, maybe I would have cropped the rocks off and just had, you know. But apart from that, there's some nice detail in the ship, and it being sunset straight into the sun, it's difficult to get a lot in there, isn't it? So yeah.
Would you get rid of the rocks, do you think? I thought a bit of foreground interest, or is the interest the mud?
Yeah, well, I think the water would have been sufficient to, you know, as foreground interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the rocks are a bit of a distraction.
Yeah, not sort of foreground interest, but take you away from the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got nice colour on the water, and the clouds are lovely, aren't they?
Yeah.
Colours there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult to take photos like that sometimes when you're spending half your evening repairing the arm and the hand of the person that's with you.
You should just ignore him. Let him get on with it.
Eh?
I said you should just ignore him and let him get on with it.
Yeah. 23 is smoke.
Hey, it's not obviously not just smoke, is it?
No.
No, it is just smoke.
It is just smoke. So how did you get that nice swirl in there?
That's kind of how it does it. It's
Is it?
from a joss stick, and you get bits of air turbulence, and they make all kinds of fantastic patterns like that. So that swirl is actually not an unusual thing for sort of smoke coming up from a joss stick, or a cigarette would do it as well. But
So where have you taken this? Like in a little bit of in a sort of with a black background in your sort of studio?
It's lit by flash, side lit by flash.
Right.
So that the flash doesn't light the background, basically.
Yeah.
Off-camera flash, just fire it sideways onto the smoke.
Yeah.
I got hundreds of them. I've only done it tried it a couple of times, but you end up doing so many different shots. And this was just one cropped in on one because it had a particularly nice little scrolly thing.
Yeah.
But often you get like double scrolls. In fact, like the one on my toilet.
Right.
If you zoomed in on the one on my toilet, you probably see little double scrolls going up the side. Or if you could zoom in on it.
When I looked at it and thought that's almost perfect, that can't possibly be smoke. But it's and I like that area through the centre there. That's lovely.
Mm.
And there's some nice colours in it, isn't there? It's
it's good.
Nice.
It's something a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah. I would have just cropped the bottom off so that the bottom was in the corner.
Across that's negative space.
That's it. All right.
Negative space. Do what, Colin?
When we get back into the clubhouse,
this
might be an evening worth Roy demonstrating this.
Terry.
Sorry, Terry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Be something a bit different to try, wouldn't it?
And it smells nice.
Taking notes of what we're going to do.
Do what, Colin? Gary?
I said, I hope somebody's taking notes of all these things we're going to do.
Yeah, I've got a list.
Okay.
If you rotated it to the left by 90 degrees and then cropped it so that, see halfway down the right-hand side, there's where the crease is, just about there. If you cropped it across there, then turn it through 90 degrees, it would be like almost like looking up at a big wheel or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you could do all sorts with that.
Yeah. I like it as it is, but I just...
Yeah, there's some nice subtle changes in tone, isn't there, through it?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Different as well.
Yep.
24, speeding apples.
Who's going for this?
You were, weren't you? Aren't you the evens?
Oh, Tar.
That's okay. Well, I didn't know what to say.
Well, I don't either.
I mean, it's different, and I can see what he's trying to do.
Yeah, this is all must be camera movement, isn't it? And
it's a filter.
Is it a filter?
What, a Photoshop filter?
Yeah, you can get blur filters like that.
How can you?
All right.
What was it, Dennis? Has he left?
No, it's camera movement, no filter.
What'd you do? Just move the camera slightly as you
Yeah,
take
it's
it?
it's on a 2-second shot with the flash going off, and then you move the camera.
Move the camera. Yeah.
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 Oh, that's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it. I just, it's difficult to know when you look at something like that what the intention is and how they've done it.
Unfortunately, it's the apples don't look quite sharp enough, do they?
No.
Oh, they were. In fact, they're very sweet.
They're not still in the bowl, though.
Hey?
They're not still in the bowl.
No.
No, they're stacked. No, the photographs. It's had no processing, post processing at all.
Right.
All right.
So.
Well, it's good to see people.
Yeah, trying different things. It's good, honey.
Things and coming up with different ideas.
Yeah.
All very good.
I think so. 25 is Steam Dreams at Totten. So I can only assume this. No, was this going through Totten? I doubt it.
Yes, it was.
Was it? Whereabouts?
Yeah. Sorry?
Whereabouts?
Well, you know the station.
Yeah.
The footbridge over the top of the station, and it was just looking back towards Southampton.
Oh right, okay. That's nice. I mean, it's lovely, nicely taken. It's it's lovely and
Hang
sharp.
on, I'm wrong. It's
Hey?
I'll tell you where it is. It's Junction Road, the footbridge there.
Yeah.
It's on the same side as the Woodyard.
Right.
And it's looking back towards the station.
Yeah.
So it's just come through the platform.
Right. Just come over the crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's nice. I like it. It's very sharp, and it's good. It's a good monochrome. It's an ideal subject for monochrome, but it's great. I like it. It's well taken.
Yeah, and it's got that nice curve with the tracks.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit more dynamic, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. You can sort of.
So yeah.
You can feel it coming round that bend, can't you, sort of thing?
Yeah. What I like about it there is that there's nothing really that modern, you know.
No.
I'm taking some things out in the background, but that's what you're looking for, isn't it? Something that looks 1950s.
Yeah. Yes, it looks as part of the time. It looks like it was taken a long time ago.
Did you use the film simulation with that, Roy?
Did I use what, sorry?
A film simulation with it?
No, it was taken with my Fuji and...
You didn't use Acros or something like that?
No, just the standard in Fuji.
Right.
But I might have used... no, it was just converted to black and white in Lightroom. I didn't use anything fancy on it.
No, it's nice. 26 is still used.
Yeah, I quite like it. Like this, I like the texture on it. I like it's nice and simple. Maybe the sign, the collection times is a bit bright, but it certainly looks well. It's got ER on it, so it's not that old, is it? Looks as though it's had a long life and
yeah.
A long time since it's been painted or since it was red.
Yeah, but it's nice, isn't it? It does. It's the photo is sympathetic to the subject, looking a bit like it's been there for a while.
Yeah,
I think it was very
nice and simple.
Yeah,
lots of texture. Yeah,
yeah. Good. It's good effort.
I wonder what that would have looked like as a monochrome.
Yeah. Don't know.
I love the richness of the reds and oranges and the yellows in the rust.
Yeah. Yeah. Good good representation of what it was.
Yeah.
This is street scene. So I think, well, there's plenty going on, and it's very colourful. But
is there too much going on?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it just needed. It's difficult to know what. I know it's a street scene, but it's difficult to see that as a street scene. It looks, because it's sort of looking up towards the sky. So is the main subject the buildings, or is it the people on the ground? And then the other problem is, well, not a problem, but then you've got a bloke down here in the right-hand corner taking a photo. I think really you'd want to sort of crop in on the three women walking along, if anything, if you're going to call it a street scene, and looking down the street more.
Brighten the two women up a bit.
Yeah, just bring them up a bit, because she's got a lovely blue dress on. But,
yeah, it's too busy, too much. There's just far too much going on up there.
Yeah.
The car, I'm not sure whether the car's parked or going down the road. The greens look a little bit toxic, and everything is just too much, isn't it?
Yeah. Good idea, but it just needed a bit more thought, and maybe it was part of. Might have taken a few more photos. Might have been worth looking through and seeing if there's something that's a bit more street sceney.
Yeah. Those three on the bottom right might have made an image. Not sure about the woman on the left.
Yeah.
So whose is it?
It's Kevin's.
Kevin's. Yeah. Does Kevin want to make a comment? No?
He turned himself off.
No, yeah, you can out. Can't hear you, Kev. Unmute. That's better.
Finally.
That's it. Yeah.
I basically just threw it in for something to do. I was sort of getting fed up with going through photographs, and I thought, oh, that'd do. Stick it in.
Oh, that's off.
Well, 10 out of 10 for honestly.
Yeah.
I am working on some others though.
Yeah, I was going to say, you did know that you're meant to take a lot of time over this. Go through, 4 or 5 hours on Photoshop.
Yeah, I'll get bored very quickly. I did actually brighten up the two girls because I thought that they were interesting.
These two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't have been the other one.
No.
But no, it was actually, I thought, well, that'll do. Stick it in and,
see what they make of that.
Yeah. Well, something's got to come last, hasn't it?
Did it? I don't know where it came. Right. 28 to the manor born. Gary, all yours.
Oh. Yeah, there's nice shadows on the lawn, the house, fine, but, yes.
It's a nice picture that they could use in their brochure, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's
because it's well taken. It's
what you could do to improve it, but there's nothing wrong with the image as such, is there?
No, not at all.
It's quite a nice image, but it's afraid it's not doing anything for me.
No.
It's a good record photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very competently taken, but it just is not.
shadows down here.
It's a difficult subject to get anybody excited over.
Perhaps it's the stately home equivalent of bird on a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some tighter crop would have improved the overall thing.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of blue sky up there, which does nothing.
Yeah.
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 29 is Tree Hugger.
That's a Kevin one, right?
Eh?
Kevin.
Yeah. I think.
I actually quite like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's certainly unusual, and you know, he's got his shoes off, hasn't he? Or
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's male, and it's almost as though he's hanging on to the tree to stop somebody from stealing it. You know, yeah.
It's got a story there, but I think the tree's a bit. It's not very sharp. I think, and it doesn't help the bright bit behind with the person stood there. Perhaps if you could have swung round and taken it from another angle.
But it's certainly a comment on life today.
Yeah.
I like the bogey, I like the wheels and the shadows, and this part down here, as you say, is bright up here. But yeah, it's not quite far enough out of focus at the back there, is it?
No, no. Good effort.
Whose is it?
That was Kevin's.
Kevin's. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Number 30 is well camouflaged kingfisher. You can do this one, Gary. Hey?
Let's say, can I ask Colin?
Yeah, Colin.
Yeah, this is a photograph with the latest subject that the eye is drawn to.
Yeah.
In fact, there are two subjects, and the eye can't pick up either without the discomfort of the other one attracting the eye back that way. So the distance between the kingfisher and the flowers is just too high.
Yeah. Well, it was a long way away, wasn't it? And
yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, I've wanted to take a picture of a kingfisher.
To get it.
We were quite lucky to find it there, weren't we? Really?
Yeah.
And there was a bloke that'd been there about half an hour before us, and he was sat a lot closer than us. And he didn't even see it. He missed it.
Where was it, Peter?
Sorry?
Where was it?
Arundel.
Arundel, yeah.
At the was it Wildfowl and Wetland Trust down at Arundel?
Oh, okay.
That's the only time we saw him all day.
Yeah.
.31 is a white-tailed eagle. Now, I know we've seen this picture a few times before. Not this actual picture, but one very similar. But it's lovely, isn't it? There's great detail there.
Yeah.
Beautiful bird. Lovely lighting round the beak. Helps the shaping of it. And there's just lots of lovely detail in the feathers, and the eyes lovely and sharp. So, you know, very nice.
Nice catchlight in the eye.
Yeah.
It's maybe touch overexposed on the back of the head and the feathers there, but
just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't seem too bad on here.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering whether the foliage is a bit distracting there. But very nice. Nicely.
Yeah. It's a good photo. Right, Gary, your last one then.
Last one.
Who's your last one?
Yeah.
Waterhole.
Yep. I guess this is out in the forest somewhere, is it?
I don't know.
Could even be Andrew's mare, was it?
It could well be.
I like the way you captured the hippo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, get somebody in. What do I call it? Wild swimming, or
Yeah.
And you know, you don't usually catch swimmers and cattle together, do you? But
No.
yeah, and no, it doesn't excite me, to be honest.
No. It's just it's a bit difficult to know what the main subject is, which to look at, and I think it probably needs a bit of a crop to bring the main subjects a lot more into the
Yeah, so we've got in the cattle, we've got one face there.
Yeah.
A couple
and that's it, and the rest are the wrong way round.
Yeah, and it's, you know, part of it is maybe the confusion with the cattle. There's, you know, you usually like a bit of separation between the animals, and like that. There's that group of 4 of them that
might have been worth doing it in portrait and cut a bit of the sky out and bring it across, sort of that corner. So you just got those 2 cows and the swimmer.
Yeah.
Just a thought, because then you've got just the one cow looking at her, going as if, you know, you're encroaching in my swimming pool.
Yeah. But these are the 4 together.
Here.
2 rear ends and that one led down.
Yeah.
A head sticking out the right. Yeah, I'm not keen on that.
No. Okay, on to the last one. I don't know whose this is.
No idea either.
Yeah, the pub's reopened, and I think it's really good. It's a good idea and well set up, and I think they're enjoying themselves. A bit concerned how long whether the piano player and his mate have been left in the pub while it was shut for 4 or 5 months. But it's good.
My only complaint was the clock not straight? No,
yes.
Was the dartboard not straight?
Yeah. But I think they're good.
Yes.
I think we were talking about it, Gary, weren't we? I think it'd be good when we do get back to the hall, is maybe one evening.
Project for Dennis.
Dennis could do a little presentation, set up.
Well, the reason the dartboard and the clock aren't straight is based on a pub in Millbrook.
Oh, is it? That can't be right, mate. Any pub in Millbrook, that wouldn't stay on the wall that long. Trust me, they'd have nicked them too. They'd have probably broken the clock and nicked the dartboard.
Yeah.
No, we're just saying maybe we'll do that, Dennis, when we're back. You could give us all a little demonstration one evening of how you set them all up.
Yeah, okay.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah. It does take a long time to set them up.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. But it's different, isn't it? Something different to what anybody else is doing. Very good.
I think probably just as important is the way you light it, Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's 3 flashlights on it. There's a snoot on the central characters, the 2 females, to highlight them.
Yeah.
The second lighting, as you can see, is facing the edge of the piano. to catch two skeletons, and the third one's like an overall light downwards, which is diffused and at low strength to just get the overall lighting.
No, it's good. Lovely. That's it.
So there's quite a wide variety of images there, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, no,
Getting a bit laggy. I've got some more smoke pictures if anybody's interested. But...
Oh, right. Okay. That's good. Oh, yeah. I think my internet connection's a bit not 100% tonight.
Gary?
So shall I do them? Or?
Yeah, go
we'll carry on, Terry.
Good to see them.
Yeah, let's have a look at them, Terry.
Gary?
Yeah.
That the Woolston one, did you take the photograph from the Woolston side or from the Ocean Village?
Woolston side.
You didn't go around the edge of the building?
Yes.
All right.
I went right.
Because we were down there, I managed to escape one evening, and because obviously that's what I used to do, and that I took a photograph of one of the edges of that building because I thought it was so bad.
Oh yeah, they're repairing it. When the last time I went with Kerry, I took him over there, and then they were actually redoing some of it.
I should think they would.
Yeah.
Look, somebody attacked it with a set of teeth.
Yeah. But yeah, I walked round to there's a pier, isn't there? And
yeah, it's the old where the old sewage barge used to go in.
Yeah.
Used to be you used to be able to walk all the way along.
Yeah, they are, Terry. Yeah.
Then that's sort of scrolled again there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a hairdryer.
Yeah, it looks like a hairdryer, doesn't it?
What do you think this one looks like then?
On that note, I'm going to leave and say cheerio to everybody.
Okay,
See you
Trudy.
next week.
Yeah, we'll do.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Terry, do you take
Trudy.
the flash? Terry, do you take the flash at the end of moving the joystick? How do you do it?
No, just sort of drafts, and you don't actually have to move the joystick. If there's a bit of airflow, that you get patterns like that all the time, and the flash is just frozen. It's a darkened room, preferably. So basically, that is just a instant snapshot of what the smoke's like at that time.
Yeah.
So most
People who take photos need darkened room.
So I missed that. Was it?
Say that again, Colin.
I said people this need to be in a darkened room.
You don't. Well, you don't need to be. It depends on if you sync speed and aperture. It's probably a reasonably lit room will still be dark. It's just lit by the flash. So.
Yeah, they're good.
But it helps to fire sideways so you don't light up the background with the flash. I think that was it wasn't the last one. That was the Thinker.
Oh yeah.
So,
it
you
looks
can
like
see that.
Dennis is the head of the dragonfly.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the early ones looked like a stingray.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for that, Terry.
Terry, what sort of lens do you use on that?
I think it was a 60mm on a ×2 crop. I think it was a macro lens, but I wasn't really close enough to need macro. And that's one of the little scroll things. But it's just weird. I mean, the airflow, the smoke traces out what the air's doing, and the air's actually doing stuff like that. So you don't get to see it without the smoke, do you? But and some people liquefy them afterwards to make things, and sometimes people do mirror images, like kaleidoscope versions of them, and because it's mostly greyish colour, you can recolour them in Photoshop as well. So sometimes you see people do red ones and green ones and stuff. anyhow.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks for that. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I don't know what we're going to do next week yet. We'll. What's the thoughts? Do you want to have a night out if possible?
I was going to say, if we're going to go 8, we ought to be going earlier.
Right. Okay.
Because it's
Getting darker. Yeah.
it's going to be before 8.
Unless you want to do some sort of night-timey photos in that after the sun's gone down.
I'm up for nighttime photos.
Any thoughts, Ben, on anywhere to go?
Yeah, go down by the Civic Centre and, do nighttime lights.
The old walls and that.
Sorry?
I say round the old walls, the Via Hotel, the triangular one and all that sort of thing.
Well, yeah, that's where we went last week, Roy.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. We could do up by the Civic Centre, couldn't we?
Yeah, and include the railway station.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll check the weather forecast. I'll leave it to the weekend, and then make a decision, and then let everybody know what we're doing. I'll get it out a bit earlier this time, because then we'll know where we are.
Yeah.
And perhaps I've had a few ideas from Keith about some suggestions about doing some different things. So I'll have a think about that. And also we've got to the next 2 or 3 weeks we've got to have get the external judge involved to pick out the PDIs for the league for next year. So we've got plenty coming up. So I'll get in touch later on and let everybody know what we're up to. Okay. All good?
Yep.
Right, great. Hopefully see you in one form or another next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you. Cheers.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.